Ciao tutti, benvenuti. Welcome to another Facebook Live at 5 with Louise. So today it's all about the coffee. It's pretty hot in the Northern Hemisphere right now. And so I was thinking, hey, let's share some ideas on how to have some caffeine in coffee in a refreshing way. So, oh, wait a second. I want to put this up. I forgot. We have to put this up. There we go. Okay. So, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Alrighty, so today I'm going to start with the Affogato al caffè. And so right before we went live, in fact, I think I was a minute late going live, I, I'm using my mocha pot for this one. So I put some water in up to just the bottom of this valve. And then I ground some fresh beans, put that in the little basket. And then my little top secret that the Italians taught me is just a little dab of water in the top of your mocha pot so that when the first little bit of coffee comes in, it doesn't get burnt and scorched. So let's screw the lid on that and oopsie, we'll get it. Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, so let me know if you're out there watching so I can communicate with you. I'll try to do two things at once. I'm not so good at that sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna put this on the stove and turn that on high and away it goes. So while that's percolating, I'm gonna show you how to get the ice cream or gelato. I actually bought some vanilla gelato today too, just for the Affogato al caffè. So, oh, wait. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not showing that first. I'm going to show you something else super cool first. So, not only are we going to do the Affogato al caffè, I'm also going to demonstrate the caffè Shakerato, that's so funny to me. It's just so funny to me. Essentially, it's going to be like an iced coffee. But I'm going to make this in a special little pot. This is called a caffeteria napoletano. So, excuse me, napoletana, because caffeteria is feminine, so napoletana is the way to describe this. Anyway, this is the way the people who live in the region of Napoli make their coffee. And this was like a super score. I found this at like a flea market in Palermo. I was shopping with Caterina, and she actually tried to get the man to come down on his price a little bit. But so this is a traditional way of making cafe, and this is a prized possession not only for me but for other Italians when they can find one of these old things still around and usable. So top comes off. I'm going to put that aside, and then there's this huge basket. Well, it's really not all that huge. Can you see that it's like a cylinder? So it looks like it's a big basket, but it's not. And so I'm going to unscrew the top of this, and that's where we're going to put the coffee. But for now, I'm going to fill this up with some water right out of the fridge, the filtered stuff. I'm filling water, and there we go. So can you see? Here, let me show you. There you go. I have this filled up just about to the base of where the handle is welded on. So it's filtered cold water. That's what we use when we make coffee. Caffè, espresso. And then I'm going to line up the vent. There we go, right there. On this one, I'm going to use decaf because it's late in the day and I want to make sure that I can sleep tonight because I'm going to taste all of this when we're done. So let's fill this one up with decaf. There we go. And this is the first time I had a caffè Shakerato. It was actually really hot in Italy. And we had been walking around and like visiting a museum or something. And one of the things that I like about Italy is that they have like cafes and places where you can like get drinks and snacks and stuff in the park. So it's kind of cool. So anyway, we're gonna fill fill that up pretty full with decaffeinated, and this is what we're going to use for our Shakeratos. Okay, then screw on the cap. So, and then look at this. So check this out. It goes upside down. So we're going to screw that on kind of, well, I guess I'm just going to do it like that. So this is upside down. The water's in the bottom, then the coffee, the ground decaffeinated coffee, and I'm going to put this on the other burner while we get started. Let's see. Yeah. Yowza. Hopefully that's hot enough to get that percolating. Okay, so now I'm trying to multitask here. We'll see how good I'm at this. So I'm going to pull the glasses. I had the glasses chilled in the freezer. Put those in earlier, and then wait till you see how easy this is. It's so easy and so delicious. So this is, now we're back working on the Affogato. So I found some gelato, and it happens to have Madagascar vanilla bean. So I'm guessing it's gonna be delish. So we're gonna scoop a little of this into the glass. Let me show you here. Here we go. So the glass gets about a couple scoops, depending on the size of your glass and how much ice cream or gelato you care for. So that's about half the glass. I'm going to put this back in the freezer along with the gelato while we wait for our mocha pot to do its magic. Back here. Any questions? Any, yeah. This is going to be a fast one. So I've been looking forward to this one all week. It's so delicious. I love affogato. So you can find affogato in Italy. You'll find it both at il bar or sometimes at restaurants. It might be served up as a dessert. And the thing about affogato, that word actually means drowned. So it's like the gelato is being drowned in the coffee. So that's where the name comes from. Oh, Hannah's here, my niece is here, my sister's here. Ciao, you guys, it's so fun. Hopefully you're making your mochas, you have your mocha pots and you're working on this as we work together. And Nisi, this would be good with one of your gigantic biscottis. You could like maybe, oh, that would be a thing that you could do. You could like take a biscotti and put it in the bottom before you layer in some of the gelato or ice cream. That'd be pretty delish too. Let's run over here and take a check on the mocha pot, see what's happening. Oh, it's percolating, so a couple more minutes. So yeah, affogato, you can find those sometimes in the US. I've had them as dessert in some Italian restaurants, and there's actually a coffee shop where my niece lives in California that serves them up in their cafe. So sometimes you find it as a drink and as an option of a drink to have, like in the bar, not the kind of drink like the bars we drink at, but the cafe, the coffee shops in Italy. So, and then, oh wait, check on the other one. Is it perking? I hear it going. So that is what we're doing. I'm hearing it perk. I don't know, can you guys hear it perk? Oh, I love that rumble. And I love the smell of it. So as soon as that comes out, so here's a couple of things that you can do with the affogato. I'm going to be a purist tonight and just keep it with the caffè and the gelato. But another option would be is like having some liqueurs like a Kahlua or an amaretto or Grand Marnier, depending on what your tastes are. Maybe even a brandy or a grappa. No thanks, but it's an option. You can have that like in little glasses and serve that along with the ice cream and a side of the caffè espresso, and have your guest or your family members or friends who's ever indulging with this yummy dish with you, dessert, drink, / whatever. You could have them do them yourself, or you can present it and you could pour it all on. This is like, what's cool about this is Okay, so perfect. Mocha pot done. Woo, I need a hot pad for that. Woo. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna put that here just for a second. Ooh, I spilled a little. Oops. And I'm gonna switch this over to that burner, which I know is hot enough to make coffee. That's the thing when you're making Italian coffee on the stovetop, you really do need to have like high BTUs. You need a lot of heat to get that water boiling strong enough and to push through the basket with all the coffee. Okay, so now let's come back. I'm gonna go grab my gelato out of the freezer. And since I'm gonna pretend like I have company over. So if you were my company, I would serve up the cafe in a little pitcher like this, and then have whoever was with me having this pour their own cafe. So here we are, the steaming hot cafe poured over the gelato. So here we go. We're gonna drown our gelato and yum. Oh yeah. Oh, it is so pretty because this gelato has Madagascar vanilla in it. So there's little flecks of vanilla in there. It's gonna have a yummy vanilla flavor. And I'm gonna get one of my little Italian spoons out to taste this because everything tastes better with an Italian spoon. Oh, hi Sarah. So fun to have you here, Sarah. Okay, here we go. And scoop up a little of the coffee with the ice cream. Oh, yum. Oh my gosh. I know I always say that about this stuff, but this is so good. Oh, ooh, that coffee. Mmm, nice and strong, and it's been cooled down a little bit. I honestly don't think this needs any liquor. I like it just like this. That way you get the creamy coolness from the gelato. Ooh, and that nice strong espresso. Yum. Mmm. Oh my gosh. I think I like this better than my cafe ice cream. Holy moly. All right. Mmm. I'm getting carried away here. It's so delish. This might be good even with a chocolate ice cream. Mmm. Okay. I'll put that aside and come back to it later. So let's put that in the fridge. And now, ooh, I can't tell if this. Yep, that feels like it's done. This is a big risk because I can't check it. It feels top heavy, so I think it's finished. So what you do is you put it on. I don't know if you could actually see what was going on the stove. So remember, we loaded it up, water in the bottom, then the basket with the coffee and also the filter went on the stove. So you see that this pitcher actually is upside down. So what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna use a hot pad to do this because it might be hot. Turn it upside down because ideally, as it heated up and percolated, it went from the bottom up to the top, and now I need to get it so we can pour it. So let's take this, let's take this off. And here we're gonna do, oh, I'm gonna let that sit a little longer. I think I pulled it off too soon. We're gonna roll with it. That's how we do it here on Facebook Live. We're gonna roll. So with the Shakerato, what I'm gonna begin with is I'm gonna run over to the freezer again and get my little stainless steel drink shaker. So this also has been in the freezer, and yeah, this kind of looks like a thermos, but it's a drink shaker. It has the see, it has the strainer right there for the ice. So I'm gonna go grab some ice to go in here. And I'm gonna fill this up with ice. So what's interesting is the Italians actually they don't use a lot of ice, not like us Americans do. So when you do get an iced coffee there's actually going to be no ice in the actual coffee. So I can hear that it's still dripping. So here again is another option, adding some other flavors with your Shakerato. You could put a little liqueur, some kind of shot of alcohol in there. I again am gonna keep this as a purist, but I am gonna have some beans handy as a decorative thing into the glass. I also put my little martini glasses in the freezer before we started. So I will pull one of those out. And if you like your coffee a little sweeter, then you could always use a little powdered sugar, something that's going to dissolve easily. So I'm going to throw the little dash of powdered sugar in with my ice. And then, is it all? Just about. We're going to, for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to pull that out. Yeah, I pulled it off the stove too soon. Oops. And then we're going to pour that over the ice. Yeah, put the lid on nice and tight. Shake, 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 shake. I can feel that the coffee's been cooled down. Can you see there's a little bit of foam here? And into, oops. Better keep that on because I want to drain out the ice. There we go. And there is the Shakerato. Let's check this out. This I'm a little iffy on because I didn't cook the coffee long enough. Ooh, but it's nice, strong. All right, bon appetito. Go enjoy your nice, cold, refreshing coffee drinks in the heat. See you next time. Ciao.